born in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight, baby. Oh, it's time to bleed. Dwayne Jones, the brothers UK to build the pink medals. Salute, sis. Eric Hope, King Jr., Jose Diaz. Salute, fam. Jason, Be That Beach. Salute. Ratchet since 91. Rick Blackwell. Jelly Bean. Daryl Alexander. Salute, fam. Ghost. Davis. Viva Tu Vida. Salute. Stormy B-Man. That was some brilliant stuff last night. Y'all go ahead and catch the replay. Stormy B-Man had John Scully on his show, and that's always a treat. You know, if you love boxing, just pure boxing talk. That was a brilliant show, man. I was listening. I said, man, I mean, John is a historian, man. I can't wait until he gets some time to jump on the Three Wise Men, because that's a treat, man. Salute to Stormy B-Man, and salute to John Scully, man, the Iceman, John Scully. Big Texas, Jamal Davis. Oh yeah, we gonna cover it. We're gonna cover it. MP, what the fuck? It's good. Jay Walk. Kitty Peeps. Chesamane, what's good, bro? Bole. Yeah, salute the family on the way in. So let's get started. Listen, y'all pretty much know at least two of the people on the screen. You see Jinky in the back, I think. Let me stop messing with it. All right, you see Manny Pacquiao, obviously, and Freddie Roach. The man on the far right with the Mitsubishi hat, his name is Justin Fortune. Justin Fortune. Who is Justin Fortune? Bert, salute. Rashad Livingston, salute. Who is Justin Fortune? Let us read, family. Let us read. Justin Fortune was Manny Pacquiao's strength and conditioning coach. He's been a staple in Filipinos boxing icon been a staple in his career for the better part of 2 decades. We know what a decade is, right? Let's just say it's a long time. So Justin Fortune has been in Manny Pacquiao's career through the highs and the lows. He has an L-Dub. Salute, fam. Yeah. Former fighter, and now he's Manny's strength and conditioning coach for 2 decades. Right? I'm reading this article from Boxing Safe for y'all. Simon Bridgman in the building. Salute. Let me pull up this other screen, so if I miss you, I'll get back to you. Fortune is a former Australian heavyweight fighter who tailed a record of 15-9-2 with 9 KOs and trained under Roach before retiring in 2009. So Roach and Fortune have a history. You know, Eric Jenkins, salute, fam. Kevin Dunbar. So Roach and Fortune have history. They know each other. Right? He's worked with the tandem. He's worked with the tandem Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach, helped Pacquiao from 2001 until 2007, and again from 2013 till now. Fortune and Roach had a falling after Pacquiao's loss to Jorge Salas in 2007. At the time, Fortune was replaced by then strength and conditioning coach Alex Ariza. Y'all remember that loss? I'm sorry. After Jorge Salas in 2007, all right, they fell out. That's what this article says. They're not specific, but they fell out over some things. You would figure strength and conditioning, they knocked heads, and he told him, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. And replaced him with Alex Ariza. Alex Ariza came to Bad Guy Salute. Picasso, salute, main boxing biker. Yoshi, Goddess, Garden, salute, sis. How are you? He replaced him with Alex Ariza. Y'all remember Alex Ariza? Y'all remember when Alex Ariza said, Manny doesn't know what I give him. I give him a mix of special blends. You remember that? You remember the special blends? Y'all remember that? He gives Manny doesn't know what I give him. I give him this mix of special blends. All those knockouts was coming. You remember that? Y'all remember that? I remember that. I remember that very well. I said, what's in it? What's in the cup? What's in the cup? Volt UK, salute, family. What's in the cup? You remember all of that? Manny was steamrolling everybody. Remember what he did to David Diaz's face? Made him look like Frankenstein? Big block, salute. And it was after that fight, I said, man, what the hell's going on with this guy? Buzzsaw came out of nowhere. But we're going to get to that. And remember I said David Diaz's face. Because how did David Diaz's face look after Manny? He looked like Frankenstein. I said, oh. So back to the article. Let me pull up this other screen. They fell out. He said, get out of here. He hires Alex Ariza with the special blends. Fortune re-entered Pacquiao's picture in 2013 ahead of the Brandon Rios fight and has remained on board ever since, including most recently during Pacquiao's unanimous decision loss to Yordenis Ugas. Now, y'all remember when Michael Moore was also in Freddie Roach camp during Pacquiao, I believe it was leading up to Pacquiao Hatton? The KP from KC, salute. They severed ties. I gotta assume they were disagreeing on technical stuff, boxing ideology. I was never clear on that. But Freddie don't keep friends, let alone business partners. But I don't know. Let's read on. Pacquiao declared after the Ugas fight that his legs failed him throughout the bout with cramps. JC, salute. Cramps. Not menstrual cramps, because he's a dude. Cramps. He failed him because of cramps. Copyright Aborigine, salute. Jay Gibson, salute. Cramps. Sometimes, when you work out excessively, cramps just happen. It could have something to do with hydration. You might need some salt. You might need some water, some Gatorade or something. I don't know if you can get that in the corner, depending on where you're fighting. But he complained about cramps. Jermaine Callahan, salute. Complained about cramps. Complained about cramps. Brent Fox, salute. Complained about cramps. FBA 7B1, salute. He complained about cramps. Remember that. Adrian Vest, salute. In recent interviews, Fortune said he's getting blamed for Pacquiao's mishap. I can't work with Freddie Roach anymore. He keeps blaming me. He always blames somebody else. He never takes responsibility, Fortune told Business Mirror. I was blamed for the cramps and tightness suffered by Pacquiao in the early rounds of the bout because of him being overtrained in the few days before the fight night. In a separate interview with the Philippine Star, Fortune doubled down on his statement. Mark my words. I will never work with Freddie again. He accused me for Manny's loss to cover up his own inadequacies. And didn't do it to my face. Wow. Freddie made stupid statements, not even factual, about Manny running the hills at Griffith Park 6 days a week. Let's read that again. Not even factual about Manny running the hills at Griffith Park 6 days a week. Now he's spilling the beans about training or lack thereof. He won't tell it to my face, and I think that's being a coward. It's pathetic. If I had something to say about Freddie, I'll tell it straight to him, not through somebody else. Fortune said he was surprised to see Pacquiao's legs being worked on by a physiotherapist, Dr. Sean Hampton. Wow, he dropped the name. 30 minutes before the Ugas fight. Let me stop right there for a second. Underground Asylum, salute. Woke, salute. Anwar Willis, salute. This man is dropping names. This man is spilling the beans about basically something, I'm not going to say fraudulent, but something that, well, I guess you can say fraudulent. He's basically saying they were bullcrapping the public when it came to the camp. You know, he's saying that, okay, man is doing this, he's working hard, he's putting in work, and it's like, nah, it wasn't that serious. I mean, that's what I got. St. Louis Mix, salute. Xavier Martinez, salute, man. Brooklyn born. Basically, that's what he's saying. All that running 6 days a week in the hills, the Von Down Gator, salute. He said, don't believe it. And he saw his legs getting worked on prior to the fight. And he was like, I don't know what that's about. This is a man that's been working with Manny pretty much for 2 decades. And I'm sure that was a pretty good paycheck. I'm sure he was there and there were some things he didn't like, but it's a paycheck. In this business, I don't know if he has a regular job outside of this, but you're going to work with Manny Pacquiao. So I'm sure, you know, like I always say, the money, Anthony Bolton, salute. The money spent before you got it. You agreed to be a strength and conditioning coach. I don't know how much that is, but the money spent. Okay, this is about 5 to 6 months of my mortgage, the car note, the kids in school, whatever, you know, grocery. So I'm gonna need this. But I think he's had enough. He's had enough. And it's like, you know what? My integrity is everything, and I'm just sick of this guy. He's always beefing at me, and I'm the strength and conditioning coach. He's always beefing at me. You know, Manny didn't lose because of something you didn't tell him in the corner. He lost because of a massage gun, and I overtrained him. I'm not dealing with that. You celebrate when the man wins, and you can't take responsibility when he loses, but somehow it's my fault. No, I'm done. I'm not doing this. You're not going to ruin my name. I might want to go get a job somewhere else. And you're ruining my name. And I hear that. All of these guys that work the corners, they might want to get jobs somewhere else. That's on their resume. Yo, I was in Manny Pacquiao's camp for the better part of 2 decades, and I was there for every win. I was also there for every loss. But one thing I will say is he was in tip-top shape. He lost because of something he didn't do. It was nothing that I did. He was in the best shape of his life when he was with me. But he takes an L, and you want to blame the strength and conditioning coach? I didn't hear anything in his corner as far as strategy for him to counter whatever Ugas was doing in the ring. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. He's just in the corner causing earthquakes. Curse a salute. I've been saying Freddie Roach is overhyped he's overhyped as a trainer as it is. I've been saying it. Man, please. Let's read on. Trying to defame this dude. I think Freddie brought him in a week or a few weeks before, said Fortune. I don't know if he's ever worked with a fighter or an elite athlete before. All I know is you don't touch a fighter 30 minutes before a fight. Certainly not to massage his legs. You want a fighter like a cat on a hot tin roof, not with loose legs. That's a perfect formula to get cramps right away, and it's exactly what happened. Fortune also pulled back the curtain on Pacquiao's fight week routine, saying that the Filipino icon had a day off Wednesday, ran sprints on Thursday, and ran 20 minutes on the treadmill before the Friday weigh-in. Crush the legend. What's up, fam? He ran 20 minutes on the treadmill. He didn't specify the speed. He ran 20 minutes on the treadmill before the damn weigh-in. That means that sounds like he's trying to make weight. Why are you running 20 minutes on a treadmill before a weigh-in? What? That don't sound right. Maybe somebody will know better than me. Xavier, you in the chat. Thank you. See? That sounds like he was trying to make weight. That's not the strength and conditioning coach's fault. His job is strength and condition. Who's his dietitian? Where was Freddie Roach telling him what not to eat? Justin Fortune is saying, yo, nah. The problem's not me. The problem maybe, and Manny never entered the ring like with a pot belly and love handles or nothing like that. But he's an older man. Our genetics change. Family. Father Time is undefeated. In my 20s, I would wake up and just pop out of bed and just, run to the bathroom and run 100 miles an hour, take a shower, and then dart out the house. I better not do that now. I wake up out of bed, I just stare at the ceiling for I swear to God, 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Then I sit up, nice and slow like the Undertaker. Then I check to make sure I'm not dizzy. Turn to the corner of the bed. I'm gonna put my feet on the ground. Make sure my knees don't buckle. And I'm in shape. That's age. There's just certain things there's just certain things you cannot do anymore. That's age. Y'all remember your dad's old Cadillac in the wintertime? Turn it on. Why we sitting here, Dad? You gotta let it warm up. You gotta let it warm up. Dave, the real timer, salute. Yeah, Brothers UK, you know, it's age. Gotta let the car warm up. But when it's fresh off the lot, no miles, turn it up, go. Those old cars from the 70s, 80s, you gotta let it warm up. You better not go. You go pull out that parking spot, it'll shut right off on your ass. Jay Kitch, I do yoga, yes, and that works wonders. Yes, you're absolutely right. But still, think about how you used to behave in your teens and in your 20s. You start slowing down like around 35. You're like, yo, man, all I did was step off this. I do cardio every day, brother. 1.5 miles every day. Jay Grant, salute. Around 35, you're like, I just stepped off this curb. Why my lower back hurt? What the hell did I just do? I didn't do anything. I've been running up this flight of steps for a long time. But today, are they like 10 extra steps there? It's called age. There's no getting around it. There's no getting around it. Said I got a 65 Mustang and got to let it warm up if it's not stumbling. See? Yeah, man. Yeah. Y'all see why exercise is important? And I would think that a strength and conditioning coach would know certain things, especially one that's been working with Manny Pacquiao for 2 decades, as it says. For 2 decades. You would think he knows the product. Let's get back to the article. Yes, sir. You do all that drop weight. You do all that to drop weight so you can eat before the weigh-in, said Fortune. Manny broke out to do sprints on Thursday, and maybe he shouldn't have, but he likes to win and probably felt it would be good to do it. He came in at 146 at the weigh-in. It's hard to say why cramps set in. Maybe the fact that he's over 40 years old, but never mind me. Manny just had a bad night. It happens to the best of champions, especially with the ring rust and 2 years of inactivity. We said that. Fortune was not in Pacquiao's corner during the fight. Instead, Pacquiao was tended to by Roach, longtime co-trainer Boy Fernandez, and cutman Mike Rodriguez. I couldn't understand why Mike wasn't in the middle during the timeouts because Manny had a cut over his eye and a cut on his cheek, said Fortune. Freddie and Boy were talking over each other. Wow, he says, so it got messy. So there was something going on in that corner. There was a bit of panic. Freddie, Boy, and Mike Rodriguez. So there was something going on there. Personally, I don't want Manny to retire with a loss. That's a personal opinion. Although, you know, we all know sometimes it's time for some of these fighters just to pack it up and, you know, call it a day. It's not like he was knocked unconscious. I mean, it's not like that was Errol Spence in the ring, right? Can I tell you something about the universe? Trick Noty in the building. What's good, famo? Stormy killing it. Listen, the universe does things for a reason. Sometimes we don't understand it, but we have to just sit back and ask ourselves, why did this happen just now? Boxing fans, salute. It's never on our time. Duke Todd, salute. And after that 12th round ended, Well, during the fight, when it settled in and we realized, I know around I want to say the 5th round, I was very clear in my thought. First of all, I picked Ugas to win. I didn't like the energy. He said some things that made me scratch my head. And then I'm always thinking now, because with the atmosphere of boxing, the fix might be in. Then the bicep injury, I said, oh man. But I still picked Ugas to win, although I was concerned. With outside stuff and bicep injuries, I was concerned. But after the 5th round, I said, no, Ugas finna win this. And he did. But at what point did everyone in the chat and myself, I was just thinking, he's lucky. God must really be on his side, because if this was Errol, he wouldn't have made it. And this is no disrespect to Ugas, but we know styles make fights. And we know Errol is a different fighter from Ugas. Ugas is not trained to seek and destroy. He's durable. Y'all saw what he did with Sean Porter. He can take it, but he can't give it out like how Errol can give it out. And we know Errol could take it because they both have an opponent in common in Sean Porter. And he forced Sean Porter in the pocket and actually dropped Sean Porter. A real drop. And again, no disrespect to Ugas. Top caliber guy. But he don't have that seek and destroy like Errol has. Manny got off light. He still lost, and Jinky had to feed him his cream of wheat, and it looked bad. But he got off light. And maybe, Manny's a religious man. Maybe God was like, you know what? Manny, this right here, you're not going to go out like this. Because against this kid Errol, this will indeed be your last fight. And it'll be bad. It'll be all bad. So I'm going to give you this Ugas fight so at least I know you ain't going to get hurt that bad. Ride off into the sunset. Go do the noble thing in your country, like I wrote out for you in your life plan, and have a good life. You're already in the Hall of Fame. You never pop dirty. Just take it easy now. I'm just saying, I don't know. After round 5, I said, man, if this was Errol, it was over in 7 or 8. Manny couldn't do anything with Ugas, and Ugas wasn't on the bike. And the General Squirrel salute. All Around Strong LLC salute. Yo, he got off light. Tay, good morning. So he said, let's ring rust. He said, personally, I don't want Manny to retire with a loss. I wouldn't mind a rematch with Ugas. I think Manny should be able to beat him with no more ring rust. Let's face it, if Manny weren't in condition, he wouldn't have lasted 12 rounds, even with cramps. It was just a bad night. I wouldn't mind working with Boo Boy, whom I love, and Marvin Somodio. I don't know, I guess that's the name. Who's decent and respectful. Boo Boy and I worked with Manny for the Lucas Matisse fight, and Manny scored a knockout. It was a great camp without Freddie. I'm hoping we can do it again. So He's saying that we work better without Freddie in the corner. Pacquiao and Roach, the publicist Fred Sternberg, offered the following after the Fortune's comments were made public. He said, Freddie told me he will respect Manny's wishes and not respond to these types of interviews, which is smart. Justin is giving Sternberg, he told the Philippine Star, Freddie agrees with Manny that it's unproductive. So Manny's taking the stance that he don't want to entertain the effing garbage. In 2012, Fortune sued, In 2012, Fortune sued Roach after Roach told a reporter that Fortune previously used performance-enhancing drugs. Family, I'm reading this for the first time. So let's go slow with this. In 2012, Fortune sued Freddie Roach after Roach told a reporter that Fortune previously used performance-enhancing drugs. Previous to that, Roach once sued Fortune, claiming he was owed money, but the case was dismissed. So this is an ish show. They don't like each other. They don't go on the court back and forth. Fortune also he owns a boxing gym in Hollywood. Xavier just said that. Fortune also owns a boxing gym in Hollywood, California since 2008. That is 2.5 miles away from Roach's wild card boxing gym. Prize Fighter TV, salute. Connect the dots, la la la. Unique Dawn, salute. They're beefing. That's right. They're beefing. They don't like each other. They're knocking heads so much to the fact that they're not paying attention to the man that's actually paying them or getting them paid. They can't put their differences aside for one camp. So now Manny takes a loss and they're pointing fingers. It's your fault. It's your fault. He just said when during the Matisse fight, Freddie Roach wasn't there and they had a wonderful camp, got a knockout, and he would like to see a rematch. BBG, salute. He would like to see a rematch, but basically he said it without saying it. We work better without Freddie Roach. Last time we worked without Freddie Roach, we got a knockout. There were no cramps. But here's what I want to focus on. All right, and that's another thing. His gym is in jogging distance from Freddie Roach's gym. That's like a Burger King and a McDonald's being right across the street from each other. Both have fast food. Both have reputable names, but both will kill you. How's that for shade? But here's what I want to focus on. Manny Pacquiao fought with an injured shoulder and was denied a shot in the locker room against guess who? Guess who? All right. Manny Pacquiao said his right shoulder injury prevented him from fighting his best in his loss to Floyd Money Mayweather. Nevada officials also denied Pacquiao's request to take an anti-inflammatory shot in his dressing room before the fight Saturday night. The chairman of the Nevada State Athletic Commission said that the ruling was Pacquiao's fault, but not mentioning his injury sooner. Y'all remember this? Deland James, salute. Joe, what up? Y'all remember that? He had a bum shoulder. I don't know. Was it Toradol? I don't know. Carlos Copeland, salute. I don't know. I'm going to read further in the article. It might tell me. I don't remember. What I do remember is that after the fight, he mentioned he had a bad shoulder. Y'all remember that? Did his shoulder look bad at all in that fight? Not to me. He looked fine. Winston Lee, salute. She Rook, salute. The weird part is that as soon as he lost, he starts talking about his bum shoulder. People got so mad with him that they wanted to sue him. Remember that? They said, wait a minute, you had an injury? Yo, you know, I know someone that was such, you know what? He wasn't even he was a packed hard out of convenience because he hated Floyd. You know what I just said? He was a packed hard out of convenience because he hated Floyd. I mean, let's keep it a buck. He was actually this right here. I mean, this is what he was. Anytime we talked about Floyd, he'd show up at the locker room. Yo, Floyd, yo, man, Floyd, Floyd, Marvin Hagler, he whooped Floyd's ass. Oh yeah. Hey man, Marvin Hagler and Floyd, if Floyd was in the 80s, they'd have never fought. Yeah, cause cause you know, yeah, Floyd, he'd have ducked him. Or yeah, man, you know, he'd have ducked him. He don't fight real fighters. Oh yeah? No, they just would have never fought. Yeah, man, cause you know, he'd have been scared of Marvin. Oh yeah? They wouldn't have fought though. Cause he's scared. No. It's not it. Oh, here you go. Here you go. So if he's not scared, why wouldn't they fought? Because Floyd is a welterweight, you idiot! When did Marvin Hagler fight at 147? Tell me the year. Boy, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere and use the internet for what it's for, well, that nigga bet $6,000 on Manny Pacquiao. I'll say it again. That nigga bet $6,000 on Manny Pacquiao. He's running up on me at work. Yo, man, yeah, put your money up, though. So I ain't betting on that fight. I don't need to. Oh, you done talked all this for years. Yeah. I did. And I backed up every last one of it. Everything you said, I debunked, including Marvin Hagler. Now, had he had said Tommy Hearns, we'd have been able to have a conversation. Had he said Sugar Ray Leonard, why? Because at some point, they fought at 147. Hagler? I didn't even have to put the landmine on the floor for him to step on. He did it to himself. Donald, now the 66-year-old G. Grant, salute, famo. Triple OG in the building. Scripted Virtuoso, salute. He went straight to Marvin Hagler. And now he's running around. Yeah, man, he done talked all that. He ain't put no money up, not even $1. I said, no, I don't need to. I don't trust boxing as it is. I said, there's still a funny aura around this fight. I'm not going to bet on it. But I said it'd be my luck. Something happens after the fight and there's some controversy. I said that happens. Macadocious Mac of the South, salute. You in the city, man? How long you gonna be here? Let me know. And what do you think happened that Monday morning when we came to work? He came to work with his face like this. Man, that nigga ran all night. I'm saying he couldn't keep still and fight. I'm saying he couldn't keep still and fight. I thought Manny won. They award people running. No. But I didn't call knockout on the fight. Remember I told you, dummy, Floyd's gonna win a UD. Remember when I told you that? Remember I said that ain't gonna be no knockout. He ain't gonna fight him like Marquez. Floyd doesn't want to get hit to land one. That's not how he does. I've been telling you for 5 years, stylistically, Manny is not gonna beat Floyd Mayweather. Floyd will literally have to turn his ankle in the ring and won't be able to move. It's not gonna happen. Oh yeah? Holler at me on the gram. We'll get up. You ain't want to listen. You don't even know boxing. All you know is that you hate Floyd for throwing money in the camera. It came up in every conversation. All you know is that when I was talking about Floyd, I'm talking boxing and his real career. And all you kept talking about is strippers, how he's a disgrace to the black community and throwing money in the camera. We were having two completely different conversations. Now, if you'd have took that same $6,000, took a G, put it on Manny, and took 5 and put it on Floyd, or maybe you want to take 3 and divide it so you can come up somewhere, but you didn't want to listen to me. So, you SB Stay Sharp, salute. You bet money with your heart and not your brain. And you lost $6,000. Had to go down to Nice's and get a loan to pay your damn. Now, I ain't want to put his business out there. He just knew he was going to come up. He picked Manny by knockout like in the 6th round. I said, why are you doing this to yourself? Put your money up. Put your money up. I'm like, nigga, no. And he had little bets inside the job. And cats was coming to me, yo, Floyd really going to win? I said, yo, listen. Do what you want. But Floyd's going to win this fight, unanimous decision. Manny cannot win this fight. And he lost. And I don't care how people feel about it. I don't care if you want to slow down the film and watch it in reverse and count the punches. Don't matter. Because in the books, what does it say? When Floyd and Manny fought, Floyd won. And you want to discuss everything else? Listen, I know everything that happened leading up. I know why the fight didn't happen when it was supposed to. Everyone is dilly-dallying saying, oh, it was both their faults. No, it wasn't their fault. It was not Floyd's fault. That's what the old media wanted you to believe. But when you look at the evidence, And I broke it down almost every day to these fools. Y'all know why this fight's nearly not happening? Because Floyd's scared. No. So get from in front of ESPN. Stop listening to Skip Brainless arguing with Stephen A. Snitch. Have a seat. Let me tell you what's going on. H.L. McClain, salute. I appreciate you, fam. And I had to explain to them, look, this is what's happening. All right? The same reason why everyone's fussing over Fox News, MSNBC, CNN. And you have to decipher all of this information and say, okay, what do you believe? Let me tell you what's happening, and then you make your own decision. And I will go down a whole timeline. Now, you heard me mention David Diaz, right? When Manny Pacquiao got done with David Diaz, the man looked like Frankenstein. Beaten, battered, bloodied. And it was disgusting. Beaten, battered, bloodied. Manny has been cut in his fights several times. He was cut up in his last fight. So instead of ripping Floyd Mayweather and saying, CJ Robinson, salute, and saying, oh, he's trying to change the rules of boxing because he's afraid. He's trying to implement this Olympic-style drug testing, OSDT, because he's afraid. I said, time out. It's not illegal. He's just asking for it. And what is OSDT? Y'all don't even know. All OSDT is more efficient testing. What do you do for testing? You just take some more blood randomly. They could pop up at your door. You could be going to, I don't know, you be going to Golden Corral. Park your car, get out with the family, and they jump out the bushes on your ass. Yo, Manny, just sit down. Let me swab you up. Let's just take this blood. And what was the excuse? Manny doesn't like needles. Stop. Bruce Gold, salute. Stop. Wait a minute. You're telling me the man can't take Olympic-style drug testing because he's afraid of needles? There's actually a clinical term for it. It escapes me. But I'm like, he's a grown-ass man. But okay, you know, that could be happening. I knew a dude that was scared of bats. He had a phobia with bats. It was dead serious. I'm not kidding. Someone put a picture of a bat on his locker. And I walked into the locker room and he was just standing there. I walked right past him like, yo, what up? And he was just standing there. He said, yo, do me a favor. I said, well, he said, take that shit off my locker. I said, what? And I ain't touch it because I thought that, you know, notoriously pranking people. I'm like, what are you doing? He said, nah, seriously. And I looked at his face. He was frightened, like, yo, could you take that off my locker, please? I'm like, oh, shit. I took it off and balled it up. He said, yo, man, these niggas need to stop playing in here, man. He had a bat phobia. We be on roll call, niggas start singing Batman to him. Batman. He had a phobia. So you saying that Manny Pacquiao was scared of needles? That's right, Bolts. How many tattoos he has on his body? His whole team got a matching tattoo of the glove with the fist, with the flames. They all got matching tattoos. It was on 24/7. I forget which one, but he was getting the tattoo. Come on now. He got that little tattoo, the boxing glove on his chest. He got tattooed Jinky's name on his neck. That's not one needle. That's several going in and out of your skin for a set amount of time. And the people ran with that. And it gets better. Manny has this phobia about seeing blood. And then I said, yo, y'all remember what he did to David Diaz's face? There was blood all over the ring. They said, no, not someone else's blood, but his own blood. They pulled up the actual name for it, and it was all over the internet. This is what Manny has. And people were like attacking me like they were doctors. And I said, look, I don't care what you say. Last week he was scared of needles. Today he's scared of blood. A week later he's scared of the sight of his own blood. Crush the Legend, you know what? I think Clotty was paid to do that. Because if Clotty threw punches, he'd have beat Manny's ass. Clotty was never in trouble in that fight. He just got outworked. Manny couldn't hurt that guy. AB, salute. Smoke Check Podcast, salute. Clotty paid to show up, man. I'm disappointed with that, man. The Grandmaster could have beat that guy, man. He didn't throw shit. There was a point where he was throwing some uppercuts, and they were getting right through the guard. And I said, why is he not throwing more punches? He was not hurt. He wasn't lumped up or nothing. He just had this weird-ass smile on his face. I was like, what is he? Damn, man. I already knew what it was. And Banks, I'm felt to salute. But getting back to Manny. Y'all want more? Y'all want more of why that fight didn't happen? This fool on my job he bet $6,000 and was hurt for months over that. He literally, I know he bet his mortgage on it. Dummy. Because you're betting with your ego and your heart. Ridiculous. All Floyd wanted was Olympic-style drug testing. And they don't take that much blood. It's like this much. They said, oh, Manny, Floyd wants to drain Manny so he won't be ready for the fight. He gonna send them in there right before the fight to take blood. No. Y'all remember you can't be tested 18 days. Remember the numbers? 18 days before the fight. It was ridiculous. I said, I can't believe we're going through this for a guy that claims he's clean. And it's not like he's saying only Manny's taking it. I'm subjecting myself to it too. What was the problem? Manny said, oh, okay, you know what? You want OSDT? Here's what I want. I want my choice in glove size. Because, you know, every weight class has a specific glove size you have to wear. Heavyweights wear 12 ounce, right? If I'm not mistaken, 12 ounce, right? Can you imagine putting 12 ounce gloves on a straw weight? It's not going to look, it's going to look like a child holding those big oversized Hulk fists. So the smaller the person, the smaller the gloves. So Manny said, I want my own choice in glove size, meaning he wanted to wear a smaller glove. He didn't want to wear a bigger glove. Faith and Cross, salute. He didn't want to wear a bigger glove, right? He said, I want my choice in glove size. Floyd said, okay. I want my choice in ring size. Why do you think he wanted his choice in ring size? You think he wanted a bigger ring? No, he wanted a smaller ring so Floyd couldn't run around. But Floyd said, okay. I want my choice in venue, meaning he was going to try and bring him to Dallas, where he fought Clotty. Did he fight Clotty in Dallas? I think he fought him in Dallas. And Margarito too, right? He wanted to drag Floyd out of Vegas. Floyd said, fine. I want $10 million for every pound you come in overweight because of the Marquez situation. He said he wanted $10 million for every pound he came in overweight. Floyd said, fine. Now, those things that I mentioned, right? All of those are regulated by sanctioning bodies and by the state athletic commissions. the commission states at 147 you have to wear this particular type of glove. But I guess if they put it in a contract that both fighters agree to wear whatever type of glove or whatever size, as long as they can agree to it, they'll make an exception. This welterweight bout is, I don't know, a 20 by 20 ring, but they agreed to a 17 by 17 or 15 by 15. We can make an exception. If a fighter misses weight, they have to give up some money. But if they agree to $10 million for every pound, that's between them. There's rules already set. So who's really trying to bend the rules, Floyd or Manny? Glove size, ring size, venue. $10 million for every pound you're coming overweight. And he wanted to bring Floyd in at 145. You remember that? Remember that? Y'all know Votes UK. I heard that they settled out of court. But how long did it take for that fight to happen? All they were saying was this guy came up from damn near straw weight to 147, got faster, got stronger. He's knocking people's heads off, busting up skulls and stuff. And all we want is OSDT. And by the time Manny chose to sue him for slander, it held weight because he never popped dirty. He also had enough time to cycle off of that stuff, because it's funny how the knockout stopped once the drug talk came about. So now it's cool to sue. Fine. Fine. And the fight still ain't happened. Let's tell the truth. Jafar Cesar, salute. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Floyd literally ran up on, well, not run up on him, but he had to pull up on him at a Miami Heat Bucks game, I believe. Manny was in town pushing his book. He went to a basketball game. Floyd found out he was going to be there and had to go to the game and walked up on him. Yo, we going to do this fight or what? It wasn't the other way around. And then they went and sat down somewhere in a hotel. Rampage Jackson, salute. Sat down in a hotel room somewhere, and they had to make Floyd had to get it done. After 5 years of lying and Aram telling you we sent him a contract, he ain't signed it, stopped running, and all of this stuff. And Manny was just reciting what Bob was saying. But then when Floyd would contradict what Bob is saying, what happened? Y'all remember Bob and Manny not being on the same page? He would say one thing on Monday. Wednesday, Manny would say something else. But Manny's in the Philippines somewhere. It's like, yeah, we heard that. It's like, no, well, Floyd Mayweather, he didn't sign the contract. We sent it Sunday. Well, Bob said he sent it on Thursday. No, well, he's ducking me, tell him to sign their contract. I'm like, these guys are not on the same page. And then Floyd would be like, posting a picture of him in a hammock between two palm trees. They lying. That's all he would say. They're lying. I got no contract. They're lying. I mean, lying like epic. I mean, Teofimo Lopez type lies. Yo, I sent the contract to Devin Haney, and then I sent the contract to Cambosis. Whoever signs first gets the fight. When he said that on his live stream on Instagram, it just so happened that Bill Haney was on trail talking to Black. And someone came in the chat and said, yo, Teofimo just said he sent Bill a contract in Cambosis, and whoever gets back to him first gets the fight. Bill, in real time, y'all remember this? Says, hold on, let me check my email. Nothing. Walked over this. He was in his house. Walked over to the fax machine. He said, I got nothing. What is he talking about? When did he say it? When did he send it? Lies. Lies in real time. This is disgusting. Manny Pacquiao behaved in a disgusting manner. Floyd had to pull up on him, and Manny finally talking to Floyd, right? And there's a whole lot of stuff that happened in between. Y'all remember when he was with 50 Cent and said, I will send you $40 million right now? Y'all remember that? And then he said, no. And then he tried to get Miguel Cotto in the ring for the rematch. And Cotto said, I'll fight you, but I ain't coming down to your weight now. You're going to come up to 154. And Manny said, no, because Cotto would have beat his ass if he wasn't dehydrated. So that fell through. See, all of this is true. This isn't hate. I'm pointing out stuff how it happened. This happened. Scared of needles, scared of blood, but got tattoos, bust people. He's a boxer. He bleeds almost every fight. Or he makes his opponent bleed every fight. I don't see him panicking. He's a warrior, right? But Manny Pacquiao has this Mike Tyson-esque aura surrounding him. Whenever he loses, he has this fan base that caps for him. He could do no wrong, and when he does lose, there's some sort of big, giant excuse. Shoulder injury. And it got so bad that my former coworker was legitimately, remember there was a class action lawsuit that they were conjuring up. If you knew you was hurt, you shouldn't have took the fight. You should have postponed it, pushed it back. This was a big event. They broke pay-per-view records. Salute, viva tu vida. And people were like, hold on, he went in there injured. I bet money on him. I lost money on him. I want my money back. I didn't know he was injured, but he knew. If I knew about that shoulder injury, I'd have kept my money in my pocket. Or I might have bet on Floyd, right? And he looked okay to me. I asked my dude, I said, yo, did he look like his shoulder hurt? Be honest. He was like, nah. Didn't I tell you to keep your money in your pocket? I told you that. I told you keep your money in your pocket. And I said almost 6 years ago, I told you, when they fight, because I said they're going to fight. When they fight, Floyd going to win. Or he going to age him out. Floyd's older than Manny. There is no part of this argument you can win with me. Give up. Y'all remember? Oh, man. Oh, God. That was the absolute last time I spoke boxing with an emotional casual. If I'm telling you that this fighter has good footwork and has a great record and, there's things that I see and he's going to win his next fight. And I say, well, why do you think this fighter is going to lose? And you could tell me, oh, I just don't like his face. Okay. Next. I can't waste my life doing that. I'm not. So, he lost 6 racks. But was steadily asking me, yo, what you know about that lawsuit? Do your own research, man. I told your ass not to bet on the fight. Lawsuit. Class action. Lawsuit. Class action. But that fell through. Shoulder injury. Right? Mike Tyson loses. Oh, he lost because of this. He lost because of that. How about he lost because he just got his ass whooped? Y'all know where I'm about to go with that, right? Mike Tyson gets all this cap. Oh, if he wasn't in jail. Oh, when he fought Lewis, he was old. Dudes are like the same age. Or he wouldn't have lost Evander if he didn't go to jail. While Mike was in jail, Evander was busy fighting real fights. Riddick Bowe knocked him out in the third fight. So, and he had a heart condition and all kinds of stuff. He was supposed to lose to Mike. I was the only person around my way saying, don't bet on Mike. Mike about to get his ass kicked. I got laughed at. Until fight night. Who's laughing now? October 10th. We're going to see who's laughing. We're going to see. We're going to see. I say, yo, Fury's either fighting Wilder next or he's retiring. I got trolled and everything else. Fight signed. He's fighting AJ. Aha. Arbitration. Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Not everything, King Jr., salute. Not everything deserves an epic response. Just sit back and watch. Just watch. Time reveal. Let time reveal the truth. We'll see who's wrong. Y'all really thought this was going to Saudi Arabia, didn't you? Who's laughing now? Y'all really think that Tyson Fury is going to win this third fight? Yeah, we're going to see. Y'all going to put faith in a man that's been trying to get out of a fight for a year, who had multiple opportunities to get it done earlier? This doesn't seem strange to you? I'm about to drop a video right after this stream about Johnny Nelson. Just did an interview. Shout out to Watcher. He put me onto it. And I break down his nonsense. See, some of these media people, they pick and choose when they want to be professional. And he was speaking like a fan. Not an unbiased, impartial analyst. He was speaking like a fan and someone supporting his fellow countrymen. We'll see who's laughing now. And he's been wrong plenty of times. Like Skip Brainless was wrong against like Manny Pacquiao, and every time he talked about Floyd, that was emotion. That wasn't professional. That was raw emotion. And for ratings, because he was pro Manny and Stephen A. Snitch was pro Floyd. Neither one of them know anything. But I bet you if you ask Skip Brainless, did you bet on that Manny Pacquiao Floyd fight? He gonna tell you no, because he knew. Like I told my coworker, I said, dude, you shouldn't have did that shit. You shouldn't have did that. That's right, Volts. Johnny, the company man, Nelson. Yeah. Banana splits. Y'all gonna see why I call them banana splits. Matter of fact, I can show y'all better than I can tell y'all. I got Johnny Nelson right here. Oops. No, that's not him. Or is it? There you go. Banana splits. I can't look at that too. Jesus Christ. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Cool, man. Boxing and barbecue, salute. Banana splits. You in the ring doing splits? You in the ring doing splits, my dude? Yeah. Did an interview yesterday. And again, salute to Watcher, because I don't catch everything. I listen to that. That's a short interview, and I have to break it down. He's talking like a fan. Root for your guy. Nothing wrong with that. But you're wrong on this. You're wrong on this. And I tell that to Mike Tyson, unconditional Mike Tyson fans. Root for your guy, but you're wrong on this. Evander's going to whoop his ass. No. And what happened that Sunday? Yeah, go ahead to church. Because what happened. If he ain't go to jail. Do y'all know what when Mike was in jail, do y'all know what Evander was doing? Y'all know the competition he was fighting? What are y'all talking about? Mike got 3 meals, kept his weight under control. Evander's in the ring fighting top tier competition with a heart condition. Boss. Still whoop Mike's ass. What does Mike do when he comes out of prison? Peter McNeely. No shade to Peter, but Peter wasn't on. Man, please. I don't want to make this about Mike Tyson. But I'm just saying, the cap that people put on is of Mike Tyson-esque when it comes to Manny Pacquiao. It's the same thing. It's ridiculous. So let me get through this real quick. It was the salt water. Then he said God healed it. God and rice healed it. Man, I ain't got to go through all of this, man. Look. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao. You're a Hall of Famer. But you're full of shit, young man. Every time you lose, it's a goddamn excuse. Every time you lose, it's an excuse. Every time you lose, it's an excuse. And it's enabled by your rabid-ass fan base. Now your camp, you got Freddie Roach blaming your strength and conditioning coach. 88 Sports Talk, salute. How about this? You just lost. I said you should stay away from Marquez after the second fight. You got away with one in the first, fought to a draw. I thought he won the second fight, but you got the nod. And I said he should never fight him again because it's going to be bad. Third fight, Marquez got robbed. Fourth fight, he said, you know what? I'm going to have to risk life and limb. I got to knock this guy out because I'm not beating him on the cards, and I'll be damned. By the way, that same coworker lost money on the Marquez fight. That same guy. And it was after that fight, everyone at work started to turn to me and say, yo, look, what you think about this fight? I'm betting on this fight. And I would tell them, yo, look, keep your money in your pocket. But if you're going to bet, this is what I'll do. They've been happy. This fool, $6,000. So this is how I'm coming. Manny Pacquiao, the Lord of excuses. But Deontay Wilder, who's never made an excuse in his life, points something out that's credible, and you factor in what he's dealt with this guy who's a known cheater, something that Johnny Nelson didn't even bring up. Of course not. But they just label it as excuses. And by the way, I'll say this in closing. Just because people are in the industry of boxing doesn't mean that they know absolutely what's going on with other fighters. Because why? They may hear about it, but they're so caught up in their own personal business of their boxing world that they don't have time to investigate things like how we make time to do it. They worry about themselves. I had Troy Fox on here. Shout out to Troy Fox and Mike Fox. They were done an injustice. There were things that Mr. Fox didn't know that went on with Deontay Wilder. And the purpose of me having him on the show was to let him know what happened to you and your son was not an isolated incident. The racism, the faulty equipment, it's all relevant in the realm of boxing. It's not just you, brother. This is boxing. And then I went into the Deontay Wilder thing, and there was things that he did not know. Remember when he said, I'm going to research it and get back to you? Yeah. He had a birthday recently. Shout out to Troy Fox. But just because you're in the industry doesn't mean you know the specifics as to what happened. So some people will say, oh, well, this professional said that it didn't happen. The professional only knows what he heard on ESPN and read in magazines. What do we know about old media? They are liars pushing an agenda. They will also tell you that Tyson Fury is number 1 pound for pound, or he's on the pound for pound list. When we all know no heavyweight is really supposed to be on the real pound for pound list. We all know that, but you let them tell it. So, Mr. Fist, salute. So, just a little information on Manny Pacquiao with the I told you so. So he gets to make excuses. His fan get to make excuses. Like Mike Tyson gets to make excuses with his fan base making excuses for him. Actually, Mike Tyson I don't recall him making any excuses. I'm just saying, and we love Mike. I'm just saying he has a fan base that makes excuses for him. That's what I'm saying. But what's worse with Manny is every time he's had a loss, he's had a billion excuses supported by the fan base. Floyd doesn't reserve any right to make excuses if he looks bad in a performance. They don't want to hear it. Deontay Wilder can say, yo, I felt something was wrong. Everything felt heavy. The suit felt heavy because I didn't feel right. Something wrong with the gloves, come to find out. Now I got dents in my head. This guy couldn't bust a grape. What the hell went on? Something was wrong. You're making excuses. Bias at its finest. But I ain't going to harp on that. Yeah, salute to Manny Pacquiao. Go sit your ass down somewhere. You dodged the bullet. The universe looked out for you because if that was Errol, you'd have been dead. Right off into the sunset. You had a great career. You never popped dirty. All right? Stay out of the ring. You ain't got to fire Freddie. You ain't got to fire... Well, Justin walked off. And good job not entertaining the shit match between them. Don't get in the middle of that. If they can't work together, if you're going to fight again, make a decision. But take a light fight and just end with a win and ride off into the sunset. Stay away from Errol. Stay away from a top-tier welterweight because they're going to take your head off. Chill. Go be president. Do something noble. Stop making excuses because I've been past hearing it. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. The General's on. Let's head over there. And I'm about to drop this Johnny Nelson video. This is crazy. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Move!